The sixth Java program is to implement multi-level inheritance by applying various access controls to its data members and methods. So here we are going to see two concepts. One concept is regarding multi-level inheritance, and second concept is access controls to data members and methods. So the program is a little lengthy because we are trying to incorporate both the concepts in a single program. So here you can see a class person. So we are going to discuss about multi-level inheritance. So there should be multiple levels of classes, right, which is inheriting from each other. So here we have a class person, and let's see, go through all the classes, and we have another class student, which is extending person. So student is the subclass and parent is the superclass. Person is the superclass, student is the subclass. And let's move ahead. We can see marks, which is another class. It is going to extend student class. So here the hierarchy is like, we have at top level person. From person who is extending, student is extending, and from student who is extending, marks is extending. The class marks is extending from student class. So here there is a multi-level hierarchy. Student extending from person and marks extending from student. So that is a multi-level hierarchy. So the meaning is that this class student can access the data members and methods of the parent class person depending on its access control modifiers. And similarly, the class marks can access the data members from student class as well as the person class, because student has already inherited from the class person. So marks, the class marks can be inherited, can inherit features from both student as well as person. So this is the multi-level inheritance concept. Now we are going to check what do you mean by access controls to data members and methods. So basically we are having four different access controls. First access control is private, second say public, third is default, and fourth one is protected. Okay, so private access, if the data members or methods are declared as private, the meaning is that those data members and methods can be accessed within the same class. So only from that particular class we can access the private data members and methods. So even if we have inherited, the child class cannot access the private members from a parent class. So that is the concept about parent class, private access modifier. So it can be accessed, those members can be accessed only within the class person. Now second one is public. So we have made a variable called string, and variable named name of the person, and data type is string. Okay, so that is public. So public means it can be accessed from anywhere. So we have four types of data members for the class person. So first data member was a password, which is kept as private, and its return type is integer. Its data type is integer. So second member is name of the person. Data type is string, and it is public, means it can be accessed from anywhere. Then we have another data member called address, that is also string, data type is string, and there is no access modifier specified here. So the meaning is that it is having default access modifier. So the speciality of default access modifier is that it can be accessed only within the same package. So the programs we have seen so far was done within a single file, right? So the meaning is that so within the it can be within the single file, or it can be with in multiple files. So we can have multiple files to be inside a single package. It is coming under a concept called package, which we will be learning in the upcoming sessions programs. As far as the syllabus, we are not learning package at this level. So when you learn package, we'll understand what is package, how we can categorize classes into a single package and all. So the concept of default comes into picture when you are dealing with packages. So as far as our files are or data members are accessed from the same package, it will work. if it is going out of the package, then such default data members cannot be accessed. Next is protected. Protected comes into picture along with package also, and protected is mainly dealing with inheritance also. So if a data member is declared protected, it can be accessed within the same package. Surely it can be accessed within the same, if it is in the same package, or it can be accessed within if it is in another package also, it can be accessed. Only thing is it should be a subclass. There should be a parent-child relationship. So protected data members can be accessed if there is a parent-child relationship within the same package, or if we have a parent-child relationship between different packages also. If the programs are in different packages also, if those classes are having parent-child relationship, then also we can have this protected data members can be accessed. So here we are going to deal with only the private and public data members. The reason is that we need the concept of packages when we are dealing with default and protected access modifier. So this part you'll be learning in the upcoming programs. So this class person is having 4 different data members with 4 different access specifiers, and there is a constructor for the class person, which is initializing values for name, address, as well as status. Okay, so these are the values for which the constructor is data members for which the constructor is initializing value. We have already initialized value for the private member password. So next, inside the person class, we have a method which is private. It's called display password. So display password, this is a method which is private. So private methods cannot be overridden. We saw what is method overriding in the previous example. So if a method is declared as private, such methods cannot be overridden. Similarly, if a method is declared as final also, it cannot be overridden. So these are few concepts. So private methods cannot be overridden. So here we have made display password method private, so that it will not be overridden by the child class. Then we have another method inside the person class, which is display function. It is declared as protected. So the meaning is that if these display method can be accessed by any of the child class of person, as well as if it is in different package also, it will be able to be it will be able to access if there is a parent-child relationship. So here the method display is declared as the access modifier is given as protected. Okay, so inside display we are trying to display the personal information of uh, uh, of the class person, that is name, address, and status. Okay, so these are the contents inside the class person. Next we have class student, which is inheriting features from class person. So since as we know, the private members cannot be overridden. So we have declared a separate password for the student also. So this is the private data member of student, and we have some default access modifier for the member variables semester, department, and USN. So in student part, what we are doing is we are trying to insert the institution level information for the student. For example, at which semester, in which semester the student is, which department, what is the USN. So we have the constructor for the student class, and in that constructor we have how many parameters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parameters, out of which 3 parameters, the first 3 are the information to be passed to the parent class, that is name, address, and status, and the last 3 are the information to be stored by the student class itself: semester, department, and USN. So how you'll pass information to the parent class? You should use super keyword. So super keyword was used. So this is a super method which is used to pass So if you are invoking using super, this will pass the information to the superclass constructor. So here what happens, the control will go to the corresponding constructor which is having 3 parameters. So this is like invoking the constructor of the superclass. So who's the superclass of student? Person. So do we have a constructor for the class person with 3 parameters? Yes. So this is the constructor of person with 3 parameters. So control will pass here. So it will store name, address, and status into the corresponding data members. So, so that is, then we have the display method, which is again private inside the student class. So we have a private method display password inside person class also, and we have a private method display password inside student also. So private methods cannot be overridden, right? So we have defined it separately. Then when you are trying to when you're trying to see the access modifiers uh, with regards to inheritance, the concept is that private, if you have a specific access modifier for a method inside the parent class, we cannot reduce that access modifier. Reducing means we cannot suppose our access modifier was public, which is accessible anywhere, we cannot reduce it to protected. Means we cannot reduce the accessibility. Instead, we are allowed to increase the accessibility. So here you can see the display method is protected in parent class person, and when it comes to child class student, the display method is the access modifier is increased. That is, instead of protected, it has become public. So we are allowed to increase or keep the access modifier same, or we can increase. We are not allowed to reduce the uh, modifier, or we cannot give a more restriction to the modifiers. So which means that we cannot make it default, or we cannot make it private. Okay, so that is the concept with the access modifier. So we have made a display method of which has increased its accessibility. We have made it public, and here we are trying to call the display method of the parent class using super keyword super dot display. Then we are trying to display the student college information, that is semester, which department, which USN, using the corresponding parameters. Then we have the third class marks, which is extending the student class. So we have the multi-level inheritance here. So in marks class, what it is dealing with, it is going to deal with subjects and subject marks and the total marks. We are trying to calculate the total marks. So we have created a constructor for the class marks, which is taking so many parameters, because it has to pass all these parameters to its corresponding parent classes. So super, if you call super from marks, who's the parent class of marks? Student, right? So the student class constructor will receive 6 uh, student class constructor will be invoked, which is having 6 arguments or 6 parameters. So this particular uh, constructor will be invoked of student. Then we are trying to access subject and marks to the data members of the marks class. So here both are considered as array. Subject is also array, marks is also array, which means that we are trying to get marks of multiple subjects. So in order to calculate total marks, we have used a for loop, which is trying to get the details from the marks array, and it is trying to add the elements inside the marks array, and it is stored in the variable total. Then we have display method inside marks class also. So it is trying to call display method of its superclass, that is student. Display method of student will be invoked from here. So we will be so all these details will be printed. Then we are trying to call total marks for calculating the total marks. So total marks is printed here. Then each subject and the corresponding marks are separately printed using a for loop. So this is what marks class is having. So we were discussing on what all information each class is having. first person class was having the basic information, personal information like name, address, and status, and it had a corresponding constructor to initialize the value, and it has a private method called display password, and it has another method called display to display the personal information. Then we have a student class which is inheriting details features from the parent class person, and it was also having three extra features, that is a password and separate password, then semester, department, and USN, which is belonging to the details belonging to the student. So we are passing the details, personal information using super. So it will call the corresponding constructor from the parent class, and this is the private method, separate private method, which is unique to the student class. And we have tried to increase the access modifier of the display method. So this method will be invoking or displaying the student information. And in marks part, we are having marks and subject related information. So we are trying to get information related to marks and subjects, and we are trying to calculate total marks and print them. So let's see the main method. So from main method, the program execution starts, right? So this is the main method. So this is the driver class where the main method is. So what we have done is we have initialized an array called subject. So we are passing three different uh, subjects to this array, and we are taking an array called marks, which is taking three different values for marks. And finally, we have created an instance uh, of the child class marks. Okay, so marks is actually extending features from student class as well as parent class. So marks can accept the details of a student class as well as the person person class person class. So we have used a this is the constructor of marks class. So we are calling, so when this constructor is called, what happens, the control will go to here, will come here. It is in turn calling the uh, constructor of its superclass, that is student. So with 6 parameter, so control will come here, student with student constructor with 6 parameter. It is in turn calling the super of its parent class, that is person. So the control will come here and assign values. So each class will assign corresponding values using its own constructors. And finally, we are calling display m1.display. So inside m1.display, it is using super keyword to call the display method of its parent class. So its parent class student. So the student's display method is invoked, and in that it is again calling the display method of its parent class, that is person. So person class display method is invoked. So when we come here, what is how, in which order it is getting displayed. First, personal information will be displayed, that is name, address, and status. Then semester, department, and USN will be printed, and finally the subjects and subject marks will be printed. So this is the output. Personal information is printed first, then student college information is printed, that is semester, department, and USN. This is the semester, department, and USN. Total marks are printed, then subjects and corresponding marks are printed. Now let's see how we can execute this. So this is the program, this is our program, multi-level access control demo. So let's execute and see. So we got the same output. So this program was dealing with access modifiers and multi-level inheritance. So related to access modifiers, the point is that we can increase the access modifiers when we are moving from child, when we are moving from parent class to child class, but we cannot reduce it. And multi-level inheritance is dealing with the reusability of the